Hello and welcome to my video on the R2-D2 75308 in-depth. So in this video I'll be going through the set, a bunch of different images of it, all of its features. And the set was released today by LEGO. It wasn't actually released, the images were, and it was sent to the LAN, or people that want to get it in LAN, and they did their reviews of it and so on. And it's a different advertising strategy from LEGO, because normally they release it like the night before the images. So this set will release on May the 4th, so that's a week or so away, just over that. And it's a really nice set. I'll talk about that a bit more later in the video. If you do enjoy this video, please consider subscribing, because I'll be doing more like this in the future. So, starting off with the box art, it is brilliant. One of the best box arts they've ever done in my opinion. So it's got the blue glow in the background, then just the set covering the main part of the image and nothing else other than the bottom. And the bottom's like really thin. I think it's normally taller. Middle of the box is probably fairly massive, so that's probably why they didn't need to make it any bigger. And then at the top it says R2-D2, and the insignia is C3PO and R2-D2. Normally they do like an Imperial one, but why not just do this, because he's beams the Resistance, the Rebels, and the Republic, so they couldn't really do any of them. And then on the top of the box is just a bunch of the logos and a piece to scale. And then it says LEGO and Star Wars. And then on the side of the box you've got a different angle of the set. It's also 50 years of Lucasfilm logo, which is nice. I think they'll do more. That might be the only thing. I think it might be on the Tatooine landscape thing which comes with this. I'll talk about that more a bit later in the video. So, back of the box, bunch of features, talk about that in a moment. But it's pretty good. So this is the image with all the things like unfolded, and the plaque has the 50 years of Lucasfilm. It's really nice. And then at the bottom, you've got 3 images, one from each trilogy. So you have one from episode 1. Pretty good. It's like one on Tatooine. Maybe not the best they could have picked, but still pretty good. Then Luke Skywalker, it's just him like fixing R2-D2. And then you have the A-Wing. So this, I believe, is episode 9. I think it's the Resistance base in episode 9. It's R2-D2, C3PO. And it's one from each trilogy, so there's a nice way they've done that. And it's pretty good. Like, the box art is one of the better. So they've also got R2-D2 on this side of the box. So looking at all those features, so it's like the head twists, the lightsaber goes out, and then there's like this arrow and like the thing that moves. I'll talk about that more. It's a very nice feature. One that means the back is less displayable, but the back wasn't really displayable because with the price and all. I'll talk about that in a second anyway. And the 50 years of Lucasfilm plaque, which is printed on a 4x4, which has no studs on it. And I thought they normally put studs on them. But anyway, it's 20 centimeters wide, or 7.5 inches, and 31 centimeters tall, or 12.5 inches, which is pretty big model. Like, it's nothing small. So price £180, $200. But for 2,300 pieces, that's really nice price. It's cheaper than what you might expect. And then this image is quite nice. I do like it. I do think R2-D2 looks better with the third leg, and that's what they've done with this image. It's also on the front of the box with the third leg, and I think it's a better image of the two, like with the two ones that they could have put on the front of the box. That would be the better one. And then, so this is, it comes with a brick separator, the plaque, which doesn't have any landform on it. So like the last one was a bit landscaped, for the Hoth, but because R2-D2's on so many different planets, I think it's understandable they didn't do that. And it comes with an R2-D2 minifigure, and it's pretty good. So the information on the plaque says a bunch of things. It's hard to read because the image is like, because the set is so big, like the plaque normally is very easy to see, but because the set is so big, it kind of shows the scale of sets anymore, because you can't even read the information on the plaque. So this is it with all the features like folded out. So you've got the 2 like blue stripes which turn out to be arms, and like the top thing, there's another couple features which aren't shown, but that's because they wouldn't really work with this. And the third leg is up, So basically the way this works is you lift the set up, third leg drops down, and if you put it back down and press it back up, it goes in. Pretty cool feature. So you can also, it leans backwards and forwards, so you can put it like it's rolling or like he's static. And yeah, and then there's a couple wee arms which you can. So basically the way that works is there's this knob at the back which you see in this image, and it pushes them out, and then you have to like manually unfold them, but it opens the flaps. So here's my thing. The knobs stick out of the back, which doesn't look great, but there's nothing on the back. It's just white, and because Lego had 2,300 pieces, I don't think they had enough spare to do the back, considering it's already really good price per piece. So next is the plaque, and you see 50 years Lucasfilm and R2-D2. The line under, so you know the dome, and then there's the bottom line. Normally it's curved. That was straight, which was kind of different. I wasn't expecting that. And then, so it says the plaque, which is half cut off, which really is quite annoying. It means you can't read any of the information other than like what they're equaling. So anyway, so the top of it you see is really nice. So the back the back corner, so the back left corner is curved, which is slightly different, and then it's all the rest of them are like kind of studded. It's a bit like the buildable helmets, but it's still really nice. It does, because they've used like all the curved pieces and like slopes, it does look really nice. And then this is the another angle, and this is the one with the knob like pressed in. And you can also see the leg detail. There's like curved on the top, and the side is really nicely detailed. Another feature to include is you can move one of the corners and looks lightsabers in it, like in episode 6 where it comes shooting out. It doesn't shoot out, you can lift it out, but it's a nice lightsaber. It's actually really nicely done. So you've got the gold and the grey and the silver, and it all looks quite nice. It's quite technique. It doesn't come with a beam, but that's because it's not really part of the R2-D2 part of the set. That would be something different. So yeah, then you have the R2-D2 model with its leg rolling, and it does look nice. You can't roll. I don't think there's wheels. There's the wee like 2x2s which are curved underneath, so then it doesn't like grate along, but it just it looks like it's floating. And then you can see like all the details. The front detail is brilliant. So you've got all the curves, and then on the side of the legs is really impressive. So they've got like a couple beams. And then I don't think it has the engine feature because he has rocket engines, and you see those in episode 2. I don't think it has that. And then the gold tubing is pretty nice. So I have this model of R2-D2 next to me, and it's fairly good. It looks to be like all the details are there on this model that are on that. So I'd say accuracy wise, it is pretty much perfect. And yeah, it is such a good set. The head twists, as you can see, and I wouldn't twist it backwards because the knobs and stuff. But anyway, it's still really nice because you can display it in so many different ways. It's a very displayable set because there's no angle other than the back, the knob, but the knobs don't stick out an extraordinary amount. And why would you display the back of it anyway? But it's such a displayable set. So this is the image of it on display on a shelf, and it looks really nice, and there's a bunch of these. So then it's being the features being used, and then it being lifted up. The leg is not dropped down in this. I think it might be in the next one. Yeah, see there, because I think you have to roll it forward. I'm guessing that releases a mechanism which will drop the leg, because you see the wee circles above the main wheel part. I'm guessing a hook goes underneath that is detached whenever you roll the legs back, which is really clever actually. That's how it works, it's really cleverly done. And then, so you've got the plaque. You can actually see, so it says manufacturer, industrial automatic, model R2 series, astromech droids, primary function, navigation, repairs, height 1.09 meters. So this is about 1:3 scale. Equipment, holographic projector, spacecraft linkage control arms, universal computer interface arm buzzsaw, third tread retractable, and progressing indicator red. So brilliant detail, and this is it being like, I don't know why they included all these images. There's a few too many in my opinion. And then you've got the bottom leg, which you can kind of see being put back up. Can't see the mechanism, which is slightly disappointing. I would love to be able to see how that works. I might look at the instructions and see how that works. And it's just, you can see the amount of technique in there. And it's all like green and blue, and it's all very multicolored, which Lego supposedly does to improve the build quality, and also certain pieces are only in certain colours. But it is a really nice set. It looks pretty big instruction manual as well, as you can see. Like, that's half of it, about roughly. So yeah, it does look to be a really interesting set. This is the promotion. It's another landscape. Why couldn't they just do minifigures? But anyway, it's nice. It's called the Jawa. It's got the wee small thing underneath and looks hot. It's just, I don't know why Lego doesn't do like minifigure, or maybe even like a mini microfighter or something special. I think if they even included a minifigure with these, it would be fine. It's just kind of, they're good, but they're not perfect. They could have done something different. And also the way they just do studs for people doesn't really look great. But anyway, it is quite nice. It looks land speeder, mini one I kind of like. Not the biggest fan of the sand crawler, but it does look alright. You've got a bunch of the vapor things, and it's a bunch of different colours. It also says Lego Star Plaque, but why not just say Lego Stars 50 years of Lucasfilm, like the other one does? And that kind of annoys me. Overall, decent model, but you also will get it with the set, and it is a nice side promotion, and since it's technically free, you shouldn't really criticise it, but still, it's not perfect, could be better, but it's an iconic scene, since technically 50 years of Lucasfilm, even though it doesn't say that on the plaque, is really good scene for this. Anyway, so this is it compared to the one from 2012. And this one is so much more studded, and it just looks really bad. And actually, I kind of like this one, but whenever the new one came out, it just seemed to go out of the window badly. So this is it, like leaned forward, third leg. I don't know if it's retractable on this one. I haven't looked into this model too much, but actually apparently it is, because in this image it isn't there. So you've got the saw on this one, and then the arm things, which are the same pretty much actually, and then this one has an extra arm as well as the top features, which the other one I don't believe had, and it just is such a nicer model there. It's way less studded, and it just looks so much better. It's not really a comparison though. So this one has the other feature as well, and it's just, this one looks alright, I guess, but it was a good set at the time, but it has been completely blown out the window. Not by this one, by the other one. You can see the improvement of Lego, because this is way back, like maybe 2005. That's a random guess. Actually, that was their Revenge of the Sith year, so it wouldn't have been then. And then improved to this, and this one isn't even a comparison, but it's just like completely different. But it's kind of showed the evolution of Lego. Goes from this to this, and then to this. Very different. Each one gets better over time. And then, you can't really compare that. There's no point. So then it compared to the minifigure. This minifigure doesn't even look as good as the one in the set, because it has a curved line. And I don't know if it's a new minifigure or if it's just a well-printed one. But it's brilliant. One of the better Lego Star Wars sets. I do prefer the ones that are like ships, but this is probably the best one I've ever seen for the like buildable figures, or like helmet series, or just for the display. It's probably the best, and price, brilliant. Do hope you have enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.